I stand before you as an individual who is ready to take the next step in my high school career. As an involved woman in my high school, I am currently a participant in multiple academic activities, including forensics, debate, and French club. These organizations have proven to be very important in developing my skills as both a leader and a teammate. I have gained valuable knowledge in this first year of high school and feel more prepared than ever to begin my journey in DECA. DECA quickly became the most important activity I am part of. The ideas and goals around what DECA is about were both exciting and persuasive to my goals as a person. Throughout this year, DECA has inspired me to take strong leadership role in both my own DECA chapter as well as in our Kansas DECA organization, including adding DECA memberships to the new DECA members. I promise to continue the powerful image that we have created through our competitiveness and determination in making the strongest effort to succeed and grow. It is well known that DECA does in fact make us grow as individuals and team players, which is something I want to speak briefly about. Any one individual can tear down or destroy something. We have all heard of the bad apple ruining the batch. This is because the true difficulty surrounding success. Negative actions or behavior can have quick and severe results. But it takes a community to create a better tomorrow. It takes a joint effort to allow success to thrive. I want to be part of this community. Let me, Sarah Dean, represent you this year. And let me show the fresh and exciting perspective that I plan to introduce to all of you. Let us strive for greatness, not only as an organization, but as individuals who dream. My name is Sarah Dean, and when it comes to DECA, I want to make your dreams come true.
Hello, fellow DECA delegates. My name is Marsh, running for state officer, and I find it difficult to vote for someone which you have no clue about, and so that's why I would like to ask you to plug all your cell phones and look for Noah Marsh on Facebook and Twitter. So, whilst you guys are doing that, I would just like to point out that I am on the Coalition Executive Board at Shawnee Mission East, along with on the varsity tennis team, and I'm a junior rep on our school Stuco. So now that some time has passed and you guys have looked at the photos I have, you'll notice that I do have an antiquing album on Facebook. Antiquing is hands down, no joke, it's my favorite hobby. In fact, I brought some for the candidates row if you would like to come by and see them. I found them quite interesting and we can talk about that if you'd like to. Also, if you have seen photos, you'll notice that I do post photos of wooden bow ties. And you're probably like, why in the Sam Hill does this guy have wooden bow ties on his Facebook page? It's actually a business I started in early December, really. It's against the grain bow ties, and I owe a lot of the growth of my business to DECA and what it has taught me. And so I would appreciate your vote for state officer, and thank you for paying attention to me.
If I told you I danced with a teddy bear while sick, and then tried to twerk like Miley Cyrus did on Robin Thicke, that I traveled on the back of a pit bull named Felon that bumped into Beyonce and gave her a watermelon, would you believe me and say, wow, for some, that's hot? Probably not. You click the X and then call me a thought. But what if I told you my friend here, just like me and you, with your votes will make Kansas DECA improve? He's never ever been fake on this 4-year escapade, and his name's Marshall Johnson, but the crew calls him MJ. But never mind, lost my way. Let's hear what he has to say. Lady and gents, I give you the cool Marshall J.
How are we doing today? You don't know by now, my name is Marshall Johnson, and I'm from Wichita Northwest High School, running for state office. Last year, I was sitting in the same seat you're sitting in right now, watching former officers give their speeches. It isn't here that the light flickered for me. My goals as your state officer will be to increase social media presence, student involvement, as well as the overall reach of Kansas DECA. Because I believe if we can get more students to this point, where I was at last year, where the light bulb turned on for me, Kansas DECA will truly expand. MJ is known as the greatest initials of all time. MJ symbolizes superb quality at what they do. When you think of me, think quality. Think Michael Jordan. Think Michael Jackson. Think Marshall Johnson. No, I can't promise dunks from the free throw line or amusement parks in the backyard for you to play. But I do know we're gonna have some fun this year. So let's do it. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Edgerton and I'm from Wichita Northwest High School. I'm here to introduce Marissa Haugen. She shows dedication, loyalty, leadership, and much more. I'd like to introduce you, Marissa Haugen.
I was in your position last year, and I know you listened to about 10 speeches at this point, so I'm going to try to keep it as short and sweet as possible. Okay, as Adrienne said, I'm Marissa Haugen, and I'm a junior at Northwest High School. This is my second year in DECA, and I competed at the local and state levels. I also attended ICDC last year. There are so many benefits that come along with being a DECA member. One of my goals is to emphasize those benefits and get more people involved in Kansas DECA. Another one of my goals is to connect our different chapters through social media, since most of you are or would rather be on your phones right now than listening to me speak. I'm running for a state officer position because I believe DECA has had a very positive impact on my life. Without DECA, I probably wouldn't be able to stand up here and talk in front of all of you right now. On that note, I want to thank you for listening to me and vote me for CRBP.
Hello, my name is Priyanka Rao, and I am your current Eastern Region Vice President. And I believe that Joe Detmer is the perfect candidate for the 2014-2015 Eastern Region Vice President. I've had the privilege to work with Joe for the past year on the Blue Valley Northwest DECA board, and he's played a crucial role in not only managing one of the biggest chapters in Kansas DECA, but also in planning the Eastern Region Conference. His combination of passion and experience makes him the perfect candidate for the Eastern Region Vice President. Please welcome Joe Detmer.
Thank you, Priyanka. Once again, my name is Joe Detmer, and I am running for Eastern Region Vice President. If elected as your Eastern Region Vice President, I would bring a large skill set to the table that would allow me to successfully carry out the duties of this position. My main goal is to host an Eastern Region competition at Blue Valley Northwest next year. This year, I gained valuable leadership experience by being both a local chapter officer as well as a member of the Eastern Region Planning Committee. I was able to learn the ins and outs of how to host a competition, and I feel more than prepared to take on this challenge next year. As many of you remember, Eastern Region was canceled this year due to the snowpocalypse that happened in Kansas this week. You may have flashbacks about it right now with this weather. But I do realize the importance of this competition and will do everything in my power to assure its occurrence and success next year. In addition to my leadership experience, I have gained valuable competition experience in my 3 years of involvement in DECA. I have participated at ICDC since I was a freshman, and I was a national finalist in testing last year. DECA has made such a positive impact on my life and become so much more than just another organization that I'm involved in at school. I want to be able to take what DECA has provided me into a leadership role in which I can bring a positive impact to Kansas DECA in the future. Thank you for your time. I would like to wish everyone good luck in their competitive events over the next couple of days. And once again, vote for Joe Detmer for Eastern Region Vice President.
Good evening, fellow DECA members. I'm Logan Nelson, campaign manager for Jocelyn. I've known Jocelyn since she came up to me freshman year to ask if she could have my cheesecake. This was 3 years ago, and she's been my best friend ever since. I've watched her grow and learn and become obsessed with what she claims to be her one true love, DECA. In fact, I'm in DECA because of her. Her innate dedication is almost contagious, leading to one of our chapter's largest memberships yet. I'm proud to introduce my friend, my cheesecake lover, and your next DECA officer, Jocelyn.
Thank you, Logan. Hey guys, I'm Jocelyn, the cheesecake lover. Okay, I'd like to start off by saying that I'm very excited to be here. Some of you may recognize me. I did run last year, but even though I didn't get an officer position, I was still able to surround my life with what I love most, which is DECA. Okay. All right, and I love DECA. And when you're in love with something or someone, you want to spend as much time as you can with them. I want to spend as much time as I can with DECA. I'm going to tell you guys a love story. It all began in Anaheim, California last year. I walked into a room of 15,000 professionally dressed high schoolers. They were all singing, and there were neon lights and music, and we all sang to the tune of When I Was Your Man by Bruno Mars. That's when it all began. I knew it. So then, the next year, I became chapter vice president. I shared my experience with all of my my class, and I was able to increase membership in our chapter. Together, my chapter and I also completed all of the 5 DECA month campaigns and achieved Thrive status, which is something that only 12 chapters in the entire nation were able to accomplish. I also have experience managing DECA social media accounts, as I have managed Wichita East for 2 years. I'm a DECA social media correspondent, and I have over 200 hours of leadership experience through teaching karate twice a week and being president of the Tri-Am chapter at our school. I definitely encourage you all to stop by my booth for your own piece of cheesecake. The 35th person that stops by my booth will, I look forward to meeting you all. Thanks.
What's going on, everybody? My name is Jacob Haywood, however, many people refer to me as Taco. I know carrying a childhood nickname with me throughout high school is pretty juvenile, which it is, but Taco's more than just a name to me. Sadly, I'm not allotted enough stage time to share with you my story, but if you'd like to hear more about it, please stop by my booth and I'd love to share it with you. Taco for me is an escape. He embodies the courage, moxie, spontaneity, insanity, and all the other quirky characteristics that I truly love to be, and weaves each trait into a strong, confident individual. I do not stand before you a confused man, as it may appear, but rather a fused man with his alter ego. How many of you seen the movie The Mask starring Jim Carrey? It's a pretty good movie. If you have not, I highly suggest it. Anyways, in the movie, Stanley Ipkiss Carey transforms from a reserved, mild man to an extravagant and zany character each time he places the mask over his face. Taco is my mask. My nickname was bestowed upon me at a young age, and I honestly believe that had I not been named Taco, I would not be standing before you here today. Taco gave me the confidence to be someone who I wish I was, and confidence, in my opinion, is a necessity in life. One should not coast through life with unnecessary insecurities that weigh them down. I truly believe that everyone is capable of becoming a confident, outgoing person who can still be quirky, still be weird, still be awkward, but be 100% comfortable with who they are. So I guess I did an inadequate job of selling myself to you guys, but I guess that's what the papers are for. And if I had to choose one commodity, one item that I could provide for DECA with my addition, call me arrogant, but I would say myself, but I would choose to say confident. I would love to meet each and every one of you on my booth later this evening, and so I can tell you who I really am. Thank you.